What's up, everybody? It's Coach Seanobi, and here are the top 5 reasons you can't heal your joint pain. Number 1, you think it's inevitable. Many people believe that joint pain, particularly osteoarthritis, is just a part of getting older. This is a myth. The widespread nature of chronic joint pain in modern life makes it easy to assume that there's just some sort of natural expiration date on our joints that hits in our 40s and spirals downward from there. This belief is often reinforced by a medical system that pushes people towards drugs, injections, and surgeries instead of helping them face the truth, which is that joint pain is almost always less a result of natural aging and more due to lifestyle choices that have caused our joints to break down prematurely. The moment you own that is the moment joint pain stops being inevitable. But then you still have to do the work. Which brings us to reason number 2. You don't strength train. There is only one type of stimulus capable of healing damaged joint tissues long term, and that's load-bearing activity. You have to move heavy weights sometimes. Period. In our modern sedentary world, our joints rarely receive enough load-bearing stimulus to activate collagen synthesis. That's the body's essential process for repairing and replacing joint tissues like tendon, ligaments, and yes, even cartilage. This is why inactive people often have just as many joint problems as athletes who have had a bunch of injuries. This is also why activities like walking, biking, swimming, and yoga, while beneficial, can't on their own heal damaged joint tissues. They simply don't provide enough load to stimulate deep tissue remodeling. Certain forms of manual labor do, but that's about completing a task, not intentionally stimulating tissue growth. Strength training and strength training alone is designed to provide this level of loading intensity in a safe, progressive way. This is also why people often don't heal fully from injuries, even if they did physical therapy. 6 to 8 weeks of PT can, at best, restore partial basic function to an injured or surgically repaired joint. But then several more months of continued committed strength training are required to restore full or even athletic function. And then after that, you have to keep loading indefinitely in order to maintain that function. Understand, there is no escaping load training if you want to heal and stay healed. Now, I can hear some of you might be saying, well, Sean, I do strength train and my joints still hurt. What about me? What about you? Number 3, you strength train just wrong. Traditional strength training typically involves quick, repetitive movements focused on the concentric or upward phase of a motion. This is great for building strength if your joints are already healthy. However, if your joints are compressed, damaged, and painful, this approach can actively make them worse. Exercise science shows us that you need to do the opposite and focus on slow, non-repetitive, eccentric focused movements in the downward phase of the motion that pull joints apart under load instead of compressing them further. As an example, instead of rapidly performing 8 to 10 squats through a full range of motion, do one super slow eccentric squat for 15 to 30 seconds, making sure to stop at any pain, tightness, or discomfort in the hips, knees, or ankles, no higher than 3 out of 10, and then holding the position to fatigue before gently coming back up. Each time you go back down, test the pain border again and try to push a little further into it before hitting 3 and pausing again. The key to this is distinguishing between pain and fatigue as you move. The growing, burning sensation you feel in the muscles as time goes on is fatigue, and that's good. It means you're pumping blood and synovial fluid into the weakened joint position under adequate load. Reserve the pain label for sharper sensations that are distinct from fatigue, and when you feel them, simply back off the position as far as you need to reduce that pain signal down to a 2, 1, or even a 0, and then fatigue the muscles from that position. This protocol can be used for virtually any movement and address joint issues across the entire body. So if you're in your 50s and still training like you did in your 20s, it's time to switch over to slow eccentrics and rebuild your foundation. Once you've restored a full, pain-free eccentric range, that's your green light to start moving fast again. Number 4, your recovery sucks. Even if you believe in healing joint pain, and even if you strength train, and even if you strength train properly, it's all for nothing if your habits are a mess. The best training program in the world cannot overcome a poor diet, excessive drinking, staying up too late, lack of sleep, sleeping in awkward positions, sitting, standing, walking with bad posture, chronic dehydration, inadequate protein intake, staring at your phone all day, etc., 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 etc. If you struggle with even 2 or 3 of these habits, you could be massively undercutting your body's repair process. Remember, training simply provides the instructions. Your body carries them out the rest of the day, especially while you sleep. Set up your entire day for good recovery, or you simply won't heal. Number 5, You don't have a strong enough why. As you've just seen, the actual mechanics of joint repair are actually pretty straightforward, so why don't more people do the work? Unpopular opinion? They lacked a meaningful reason. Just wanting to be out of pain isn't enough. You need to know, and know deeply, what am I getting out of pain for? What comes after you heal? Because at the bottom of this, healing joint pain is really about restoring and maintaining movement. If you don't have any meaningful movements, any active hobbies, any people to go help, any legitimate reason to be strong, you'll never do enough slow, eccentric squats to heal your bad knees. You have to have a clear vision and a burning desire for what you're going to do with those knees once they're strong again. My why is being able to do parkour. It requires joints strong enough to withstand sprinting, jumping, and landing on hard surfaces, which for some reason I love doing, and at 44 I have no plans to stop. Instead, my why drives me to invest the time necessary into the slow eccentric work that unwinds the damage I get from parkour, which is very high impact and known for breaking people down. Your why doesn't have to be as intense as parkour, but it has to be just as meaningful to you. It could be dancing, gardening, hiking, horseback riding, walking with friends, playing with your grandchildren, or climbing Mount Everest. If it's active, meaningful, and connects you with other people, that's the why that's going to get you through the how of joint repair. If you want to learn even more about the how of joint repair, check out this video right here. And thank you for watching. See you next time.